Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today. And though you've come through many obstacles.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to One Piece, episode 1026. So yeah, we have continued with the fake Odin created by Kanjuro. Orochi, for some fucking reason, is back. I thought we were rid of that fucker. And Marco continues to be a badass. We get some more build-up in what's going on with Roof Piece. Things are looking fantastic. But where's it going to go from here? That is the question. I don't have much of really anything else to say for this going in. Because as much as I stand up for the pacing of this series, and I don't think it's actually a problem, there are some times where you just don't have a lot to talk about in terms of reaction pre-thoughts. And it's not a knock against the series, it's just that there's only certain things that are happening, and it just doesn't leave a lot of room for discussion. And that's fine. So yeah, we're just continuing to showcase things off while I'm still waiting for a couple of the fights. Most notably Robin versus Black Maria and Jinbei versus Who's Who. Those are the fights I'm still waiting to catch back up on. We'll see those before too long, I'm sure. And yeah, things are going to hopefully continue to get pretty damn exciting as the climax to this arc continues. So let's just get into this and see what we've got in store. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So yeah, we got a lot of Roof Piece in this episode. We had quite a bit of great action, with some phenomenal animation, of course, and some really hype moments. Getting to see them take on Kaido and Big Mom to a much higher degree than before. Like the fights, I feel like everything prior to now was just set up in a way. I know it wasn't actually, but it kind of feels like it with how insane the action was in this episode. But it goes beyond that too. It's the animation, it's the voice acting, it's the soundtrack. Everything works together so perfectly here. And it's like, I've talked before, but this is the kind of reason why I personally say that the anime is better than the manga. And the reason I say that for everything, because the soundtrack, the voice acting, everything with the visuals comparatively to the manga and whatnot, it elevates it to a different level. You can, like, say you hear the voices of, like, the characters in your head when you're reading a manga or a book or whatever, or if you're reading something that doesn't have, like, a visual aspect to the medium, like if you're just reading, like, a novel or whatnot, you can say like, oh, you can imagine through the descriptions and all what a character looks like or how they move or whatnot. But it's like actually seeing it visually. And again, with the soundtrack backing it up, with the voice acting backing it up, it's just another level. From again, in my opinion, every perspective, it's superior as a medium. And it's all subjective, so you can think what you want. You can have any opinion on it that you want based on One Piece or anything else. But this is how I view it. This is why I always prefer the anime. Even when the anime may not always be the perfect adaptation, even when it has issues here and there, the visual audio enhancements just brings so much more to the story that it elevates it in a way that just it can't be done with manga. Literally can't be done. Even with manga having like vocal effects or whatnot, or audio effects like shown on the page or whatever, it's never the same. And this isn't even really an opinion aspect. It's not the same. That's true. It's not comparable. Watching something that has audio, that has these enhanced visuals and all, is going to be a different experience no matter what. It's just a matter of which you prefer. For me, I prefer the anime medium. For me, it does so much of the heavy lifting for any story that I can't get with a manga. And it's one of the reasons why I've never been able to really get into manga. Why I don't enjoy reading manga, why I don't enjoy the medium. Because it's like I can't get into it without that audio, without the enhanced visuals. The black and white thing, that's not the issue. It's just the visuals as a whole. Even if the original author's art is amazing, it looks better visually in animated form, just by being animated, for me at least. So it's personal taste when it comes down to it. And it's episodes like these that express or help me express my reasonings and thoughts for these kinds of arguments. But as I always say, you're entitled to your own views on this, and if you prefer the manga, that's completely fine. But I just make it clear here that the episodes like this are why I can't read the manga. Episodes like this are why I have to see this in anime form. But yeah, there was some really good flashback stuff with Kinemon that just really continues to show how amazing of a character he is. And we had an Orochi moment that just I don't understand the point of. Like, why did they bother bringing him back? The only argument I could see is that Oda wanted the Akazaya to have one big victory that was purely their own. Because we know Luffy's going to be the one to beat Kaido. No shit. It's One Piece. Luffy always takes down the main villain of an arc. Um, that's just how it goes. So the only thing I can think of is that Oda wanted to make sure that the Akazaya samurai got their own just straight up victory. But they also could have done that with Kanjuro and the fake Odin. Why do they have to bring Orochi back to do that? I mean, yeah, Orochi being one of the main villains of the arc, I get that it's more impactful than them bringing down Kanjuro. But Kanjuro is also a notable villain of the arc, is a former Akazaya samurai himself, their former friend who betrayed them and had been betraying them the entire time secretly. It's just like, it still leaves an amazing impact. So I don't fully see the reason why Oda decided to bring Orochi back. Especially since all he did was set fire to a couple parts of Onigashima and then just get taken out like the bitch he is by the Akazaya samurai, and most notably Kinemon. He didn't actually do anything. And it's kind of implied through the wording that he might be dead this time, for sure. And if that's the case, it's like, what's the fucking point? Just, why couldn't he have stayed dead before? I don't understand. But hey, if any of you were wondering if I could criticize One Piece and a decision that Oda made with the story, there you go. That is an actual criticism I have. It does, like I said, though, it doesn't ruin the story, but nothing about it helps either, bringing him back. I just feel like it's a baffling, pointless decision. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But yeah, I just didn't get it. But we didn't get anything more of any of these other fights yet. We didn't see Yamato in this episode. So, yeah. Worst episode, definitely. No. But in all seriousness, I just really want to see that stuff, you know? I really want to see Jinbei's fight with Who's Who. I really want to see Black Maria versus Nico Robin. And we'll probably get them soon. It's just, I'm impatient. And again, I want to make clear, I'm not nagging on the pacing of this. I'm not one of those people who is going to just rag on about, oh, the pacing of the anime is shit and everything. It's like, no, it's not. You're just impatient. You're just afraid of waiting week to week. And it's like, I'm pretty impatient at times. But I'm fully willing to wait. I'm fine with things being left off for a little bit. Because no matter what we do get is still going to be great. Whichever plot points it focuses on each week. The stuff we got this week, this was a phenomenal episode. And that's just par for the course right now. All the episodes lately have been fantastic, and we're just touching on different aspects of this continuing raid. Not every episode is going to be able to tackle everything. I've talked about this before. There's just too much going on, but it's still cool getting to see what we do each time. Getting to see the fights in this episode. The action was fucking insane. Getting to see the amazing focus on an amazing character like Kinemon. It's just, I still love it. So, all of that being said, we are just going to we're just going to leave it here and hope for the best as it continues next week. So, in the meantime, thank you all so much for tuning in. Let me know down below what you thought of this episode of One Piece, and for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.